Live, episode number 33. Episode number 33. Intro by the gods. Follow them at by the gods.
Follow them.
Video courtesy of Imbued Photography and Design. Follow them. Imbued Photography and Design. At the end of this episode, we've got an interview with recent LFA winner, and we're talking LFA 78 headliner, Adrian the Mayan Yanez.
And that was on the
UFC Fight Pass. That's right!
I don't know why I did that.
I don't know. It sounded cool.
It sounded right.
Cool. So, the audio hardcores are going to love that one. Shout out to Richie, always fucking doing his thing. Give him a follow, Unbroken MMA, on, is it Twitter? It's Instagram. Yeah. So, we had LFA 78, Bellator 234, UFC Ambien, or UFC Sao Paulo, and that's not mine, okay? I stole that from somebody else. I don't remember who I stole it from, but anyways. And then we have an announcement to make, which you'll probably hear before this this airs. We have won the MMA white belt. Do you want to talk about it?
This is going to be my last episode as the co-host. There's some other things that I want to partake in and get some stuff taken care of. And I want to take care of that stuff first, and maybe I'll be back. I don't know. We'll see. But I gotta get some of that stuff done first.
Now that doesn't mean that he is gone forever. Of course, me and the white belt over here, we do lots of things together. We're both family men, so our wives and kids are obviously friends. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be times where we still do the podcast from Sierra Vista, and since we're going to be in his humble abode, we will be having him aboard. And, maybe special events or something, we'll have him on here. But it's not the last you've seen of the MMA white belt, that's for sure. So.
Yeah, and you can still follow me on Twitter as the MMA white belt. I kind of like that for the Twitter. I did change my Instagram name. I changed the Instagram name to Chaotic JGD. So you can find me on Instagram at Chaotic JGD, and then the MMA white belt on Twitter.
And then we have another announcement to make. We're doing it again, brother. The band is back on. It's Cutthroat Gorgeous. So we are gonna put shit together. We're gonna release an album here pretty soon, and then we're gonna get right to work on album number 3. Mm-hmm. Our first one dropped 2015. That's This World. The second one, I believe we're going to call it The Past, because that's what it is. It's The Past. Mm-hmm. And the new one that we're going to be working on is probably going to be titled what the second one was originally going to be, and it's going to be called Pillars. So look out for all that shit. If you like extreme music, this is probably for you. So take a listen. Yeah, there you go. Take a listen. For fans of Killswitch Engage,
Killswitch Engage.
Right? It's a metal band if you catch our drift. There's singing, there's screaming, it's all fun. It's all fun stuff. So, and we do something that's very unique to our genre. We do not have a guitarist. It's 2 bassists, 1 drummer, 1 vocalist. That's how we get down. That's how we do the damn thing.
We're all about that bass.
Yeah, we are all about that bass. So, enough about the very, very shameless plug that we had over there. But I want to plug the LFA, because they just had their inaugural UFC Fight Pass card, LFA 78, headlined by 2 frequent guests of the show. Adrian the Mayan Yanez, as we dubbed him on the show. Mm-hmm. It's his nickname forever, and we're not going to let him live that one down either. We will not go down easily. and Kyle Estrada, the Hoosier, two of LFA's best bantamweights that they've got, in their organization. And they had those bad boys headline their inaugural Fight Pass card. And in the interview with Yanez, who will be at the end of this episode, I kept fucking up. I kept calling LFA Access TV, which is like, hey, what's up, LFA? Slap in the face. That's not right. So I'm just going to go ahead and apologize right now. LFA, I love you. I love you. Don't disown me.
Well, don't hate you because you said it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I know. So he'd be gone and I'll have to suffer the consequences. So I'll give him your address. It's okay. Shit. Right? So, we made some history with LFA 78. You had husband and wife fight on the same card, both pick up wins. Hell yeah. Baby Johns. So Miles Johns, the former LFA bantamweight champion, who went on to fight on Dana White's Contender Series and then made his way into the UFC via the Contender Series and just notched a win in his debut. His baby brother Elijah, he got a win in LFA 78. And then you also had Brant Moore choke out Nation Gibbrick. I don't know why you would name your child Nation. I'm sure there is a reason. But
there's always a reason.
Yeah. Found a reason. No, okay. So we're not going to do that. So Vernon Lewis. Who is he, from Houston? No, Fort Worth.
Fort Worth,
A
yeah.
Fort Worth police officer. Remind me to never get in trouble in Texas.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. Dude, I got Vernon Lewis on my tail. I'm the fuck out of here. This guy.
Imagine if he was one of the guys. Get off the ground!
Yeah.
Make me! Alright.
Yeah, I don't wish that on anybody, man. I don't wish that on anybody. But he took on Wild Man, Trayvon Butler, and he got it done via majority decision. And there was a little bit of controversy. That whole fight, really, when you think about it. You had the mouthpiece, going all over the place. You had low blows. Fighters are just, forever going to try to call their own fouls. Like, It's not football. You can't call an audible. You just have to go.
Yep.
Okay? So, I really think that this card had something for everybody. You had one of the most vicious elbow KOs I've ever seen in my life.
I'm still feeling it.
And that was courtesy of Jose Johnson over Rafael Costa. And the Bays, or the Bays as they were calling it on the broadcast. I said bye, so I apologize. The Bays, Mr. and Mrs. getting it done. Miss Bays getting it done over She-Hulk via unanimous decision. And JP Bays getting it done over Christian Rodriguez via knocks him out in the first round with ground and pound. So
that was so beautiful. Just the takedown into the transition.
Oh,
into just
man. It was like,
I call it the monkey blows.
Probably need to come up with another term for that. So, but we're on a short time, so we'll let it pass. JP Bays pretty much comes out of nowhere, makes an instant impact in LFA. Wow. That's all I gotta say is wow. I can't wait to talk to this couple. It's gonna be a good time. This all led up to LFA 78's main event between Kyle, the Hoosier Estrada, and Adrian, the Mayan Yanez. Adrian, you're stuck with it. Just deal with it. Okay? Don't find me and kick my ass. But, well, no, he'd still crutch me. Yeah. Okay, we discussed this. He'd still crutch me. This was by far one of the most technical fights I've ever seen. This was technical. It was ballsy.
God damn, dude, they both throw
bombs,
and they've got what is it?
Chins and chins?
Granite chins or the chins of chins. Yeah.
They got granite chins and granite shins. Adrian Yanez left with what did he call it? A drumstick for a leg next to.
Oh yeah, it was
next to his pencil.
No, it was a toothpick next to a drumstick.
A toothpick next to a drumstick. And what I'll do here is he actually sent me an image of his legs. So what I'll do is I'll probably just put a big old block right here. and this will be where the legs will show. So you'll be able to see what we're talking about. Now, it has been a day, right now, since I got the picture, it's been a day since the fight. So a lot of the bruising, they did a really good job taking care of this leg, because, wow, it looked, but it's still huge. It's twice the size as the other one.
Yeah, his leg.
It looks like my leg next to your leg.
Yeah.
Is what it looks like. Okay, so, like I said, that'll be right there for a short period of time. But Adrian Yanez, the Mayan, walks away with the split decision victory. I didn't see it as a split. I thought round one went to Kyle. I thought the leg kicks definitely played a huge part in him netting round number one. And then in rounds number 2 and 3, Yanez made the adjustment of cutting off the cage and staying in that boxing distance and constant pressure, not letting Kyle have the space to utilize the kicks. Use them well. He wasn't able to use them well because he was still landing kicks. They just weren't, like the first round. The first round, the kicks were extremely effective. Rounds 2 and 3, not so much. Yanez did take a front face kick and a roundhouse kick to the chest, but remained relatively unscathed. By the end of the fight, fans definitely got what they came for, and I really don't think that there's a loser here. Estrada may have lost the decision, but his stock goes up. I'm sure he's got 1 million more fans, at least.
Oh, definitely.
Because the guy is just...
you're on Fight Pass. You're in front of the world, so if no one knew who you were, they do now.
Exactly. And like I said, I think what do they say? It's looking up for both of them. Obviously, Yanez got the win on the scorecards, not just the win, in the fight. But I don't even know what the fuck I was trying to say there. Next fight for him is definitely going to be a bantamweight title shot. And again, this is me being selfish. So selfish. But I think they should bring that title fight to Arizona. And if LFA is still good with one Anthony Burchak, I don't know.
Oh, dude, that'd be such a...
I love that fight. I love that fight. So I'll do everything in my power, which... I don't have any power when it comes to booking LFA fights.
I was just gonna say you could spam the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Make it happen, make it happen, make it happen.
Yeah.
They'd probably block you and...
They would just send Yanez to my house with a crutch.
Get crutched.
Yeah, get crutched. I'm gonna put a hashtag, get crutched, just for this episode. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, LFA 78, super successful. UFC Fight Pass, on the other hand, dropping the ball, some technical issues there. I'm sure it's their first show, so there's going to be shit happen like that, okay?
Definitely.
Especially on a busy MMA weekend where the UFC's in Sao Paulo, Brazil, giving everybody a heavy dose of the sleeping pills. Yeah, so maybe they didn't have... everybody they needed to for the Fight Pass card. But, nonetheless, LFA, successful debut on UFC Fight Pass. They got next weekend, LFA 79. Royval is going to be taking on a short notice replacement. As I understand, Scoggins is out. So, we have that to look forward to. Flyweight title fight, looking pretty good. Also this weekend, we had Bellator 234, headlined by Linton Vassel versus Sergey Kharitonov. Also on the card, you had son and father, Haim Ghazoli and Aviv Ghazoli. And to open up your main card, you had Austin Vanderford get a decision over Graychik Bozinian. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And guess what?
I kept calling him Bosnian. Dyslexic much?
Ghazoli's got wins over Zaka Futoluzade and Arturo Pronin. Richie's gonna love these. And then Sydney Outlaw. Gotta be one of the coolest names I've ever heard in my fucking life. Sydney Outlaw? And you just see him, he's just like sitting there. he's got like a toothpick or a cigarette, right, and the cowboy hat, but the cowboy hat's covering his face, and they're like, Sydney Outlaw, and he just like, here, right? Like, am I wrong? Like,
No,
if your name is Sydney Outlaw, like, that's what I picture. When you're doing roll call in school,
yeah.
you got the cowboy hat, and you just like, you flick it up and you're just like, here.
Yeah, like, literally old school shit.
Right? Ah, fuck. This is why I don't have an imagination. This is why I can't do D&D, guys. Because that's my imagination. It's fucking stupid. Anyways.
Probably make for, like, the best, 10 hours worth of D&D ever, though.
Me trying to do it?
Huh?
I've already tried. I tried playing D&D. My brother, he's a big nerd. When I say big, I mean he's big. And, excuse me.
What are you spitting on over there?
I don't know. Anyways, and, I'm friends with most of his friends, and they were doing what I believe is called a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's called a campaign. And they're like, hey, man, come play D&D. And of course I'm like, you guys are fucking nerds. But I don't have anything else to do, so sure. Right? And so, like, they're talking about, like, the thing, and it comes to me to do something, right? Now, I don't remember exactly what happened, because this is just how much I cared about it. I didn't. Like, I had to roll for something, and then, like, I had to, like, act it out in my brain. Like, you have to use your imagination, man.
You have to, like, roll the dice, and whatever number it is, that's how much, or that's what you can, like, choose to do, and then you have to be like, well, I choose a fireball.
And they're like, yeah, we're walking down the street, and this tree grows a face and tries to eat you. And why is a tree trying to eat me?
Trying to be logical in an imagination
Like,
overall.
first of all, why are we walking in an area where trees can eat you? Second of all, why the fuck can trees eat you? You know what I mean? So, yeah, like I said, I gave D&D a try, and I failed miserably. Miserably. But in your headliner, let's get back to business. In your headliner, Linton Vassel, this is a heavyweight bout. Remember, he was a light heavyweight contender a few years ago. Things hadn't been going his way. He made his debut at heavyweight, dropped the ball there. Nonetheless, gets a headlining bout against Sergey Kharitonov and makes good on it.
Yeah, he looked really good. The fighting, I mean.
I think a guy that's as big as Vassel definitely should have way more confidence.
Definitely. Are you, like, eating your...
I have no idea what's going on, man. It's gonna make for a great episode. I just feel bad for, like, the audio hardcores, because they're just gonna be like, like, they're gonna be working, they're gonna be doing something, and they're gonna be like, somebody just spit on me? Poor guys. Anyways, I definitely think Vassel lacks confidence. Mm-hmm. As big as that guy is, and as skilled as that guy is, I get it. You guys are at heavyweight, so every punch counts. But bro, you're a big dude.
I think he showed Sergey just a little bit too much respect.
I think so, and that's what I'm saying. That's where the confidence needs to come in. It's like, you forget that you're also a giant motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, and he's big. He was big at light heavyweight.
He was huge.
But I do like that he came in looking a little bit less beefy. And I'm not saying, that he's came in like more muscular or less muscular, but his frame just looked a little bit smaller, if that makes any fucking sense.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like he got like maybe a little bit leaner.
Like he actually may have stayed in really, like, 'cause the thing is, when you go up in weight, you eat more, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's like, oh, I don't have to cut so much weight, so I can eat more stuff. Instead of like, oh, well, maybe I should just, get in better shape. Yeah. And so I can eat more, and I'll just, I'll cut the same way. Like, no.
It does not work. It does not work. I don't know if you can see it, my computer might be covering it, but I'm quite
It's a big
large.
computer.
Hey, when the computer can cover me, I'm not that big.
The computer transcends you. Anyways, Vassel gets it done in the second round at the 3:15 mark via ground and pound. TKO victory for Vassel. Heavyweight could use some of that. Heavyweight could use a new contender. Now, here's my issues with Bellator, okay? Number one, stop making it so hard for us to see your product. I don't want to watch it on the Bellator app and then Paramount and then DAZN and then other miscellaneous sites. I don't want to do that. Give me one place for the whole card. UFC, they kind of do the same thing, but it's all ESPN based.
Yeah.
So I understand that that's probably something that is worked out via ESPN. Would it be easier if everything was just on ESPN Plus? Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, it would.
Fuck, I wouldn't need DirecTV anymore. It would be great. I could just cancel it. Did we just take a stab at DirecTV?
I think so, and I think it's okay, cause
Fight me.
yeah.
Fight me. Anyways, but yeah, it'd be great. But yeah, Bellator, man, just stop it with the Paramounts and the DAZNs and the Bellator app. Offer it on all three. Fuck it. Offer every single card on all three. That way, no matter which one I prefer.
Yeah, it's always on there.
Thank you for taking over that. What's going on? I think I need to shave, guys.
Probably.
Yeah, when you can eat your own mustache, it's a problem.
That's why I don't grow mine.
Well, no, okay, that's not why you don't grow it.
I'm leaving it at that. That's why I don't want to grow it.
Anyways,
moving on.
It's your last episode. He doesn't grow it because he's afraid that the mustache is unflattering of sorts.
To an extent, yeah. I look weird. I look like the dude that drives the creepy white van. And
With no windows.
Yeah.
That says free candy on the side.
Yeah.
I need to see this fucking mustache is what needs to happen. So I think I know what we're going to do. Okay? So for next year, we got time. Next year on Halloween, we're going to rent a big white van with no windows and we're going to spray paint free candy on it. And you're going to grow out your mustache.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
This is now the plan, and we have a little less than a year to get it done. Who's with me? Fucking at me. At me on social media, and let's get this done. Yeah, so Bellator, stop making it so hard to view your freaking product. Second biggest issue with Bellator is they recycle and reuse. That is a lot.
That is a lot of
prelims.
Holy yeah.
Crap. Okay, so go ahead and go through and let's see if I recognize any of the names.
I think I saw a Gracie in there, but
let me see. Phenomenal. Yeah, Robson Gracie Jr.
And then
Sinead Kavanaugh got a win. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
So
I think there was like a lot of hometown.
Yeah,
hometown
Bellator likes to stack their cards with a bunch of fights.
Yeah.
They don't care who's fighting. They just like a lot of fights. They'll do pre and post limbs.
Can you throw a punch? Yeah. Get in there and fight.
Right? So, second biggest issue, again, I was saying is like they just recycle.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll have a fighter that was, one of their stars 5 or 10 years ago, and if they get a win, it's all of a sudden, hey, come headline cards for us again. You remember us, Bellator?
Mm-hmm.
You remember. You stop doing that. Build stars up. Like I like what they're doing with Vanderford, Mr. Van Zandt. The guy's 9-0 now. He just got a win.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stop padding this guy's record and get him some difficult opponents. Same thing with AJ McKee. I don't understand why we're just, hey, Aaron Pico. Yeah, fuck you, buddy. You're going to have to go fight, some tough guys. Some real fucking tough guys. But AJ McKee's fighting guys that are 10-7.
That's crazy. I don't know why they do that. I mean, but I think every promotion kind of does that too. Like whether it's like local or big. Because, that's how I look at it. Just local and big. And I think what they, I kind of use like the wrestling, like terminology. So like I guess they try to push like whoever they
build them up. Stop
Yeah.
building them up though.
Yeah.
Stop building them up.
And it's like, dude, like give them what they give the up and comers what they deserve, in a way, if that makes any sense. Because I lost my train of thought.
Yeah,
That happens quite often.
it does. I'm trying to think of something and I can't. That's another problem that I have. The memory ain't what it used to be, and it used to be nothing. So,
I have no idea why that problem persists.
are you blaming my drinking?
No, I'm just blaming this thing, whatever this is.
I thought he was taking like a not so subtle jab. Anyway, moving on. We're done with Bellator. So get that out of the way.
Bellator's done.
No, but I do think that they're missing a golden opportunity, not just like with the UFC. In 6 weeks, you'll have a whole new list of people where they're like, where the fuck did that guy come from?
Mm-hmm.
If you miss a few weeks with the UFC, you're going to miss all the new stars. You know, we don't have just Chuck Liddell and Anderson Silva anymore.
Yeah.
You have your big stars, your Conor McGregors, your Ronda Rouseys, your John Joneses, GSPs, but then you have your guys that are slow building. Look at what Diaz and Masvidal did a couple weeks ago. Okay, those are two
Definitely.
guys that were probably never gonna get a shot at the belt or hold one, which Masvidal might. Masvidal definitely way closer than Diaz ever will be.
Yeah.
And I think Masvidal is definitely marketing himself the right fucking way, as opposed to where Diaz is, trying to play the hard ass, and it just constantly backfires.
Yeah.
I think it constantly backfires because, he does it to himself. I think people are into it, people dig it. I mean, they got this whole Nick Diaz army, I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest Diaz fan. I'll just go ahead and put that right out there. I'm not the biggest.
No way.
I'm not the biggest Masvidal fan either. Just that 3-piece Minnesota shirt was that was fire.
Yeah.
So I bought that shit.
That was a really good marketing idea.
Yes, it was. And guess what? That shirt was fucking expensive. So he made a killing. He made a killing with that shirt. Because if there's anything that I know, it's shirts. I know how much they cost. I know how much you can make off of them. He did well. He did very well. Probably more than what he makes in one fight, just off that one design.
Oh, probably. Well, not even probably. That's my definitely.
Right? So, especially since I know how much he sold too.
Well, I'm sure he sold at least like millions.
He sold like over 4,000 in the first week.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah. So he made a decent chunk of change. Where were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about the stars in the UFC, that thing. Okay, but you have your El Panteras, right? The Yair Rodriguez's of the world. Your, of course, the beloved Frankie Edgars. And then you have these Brian Ortegas, which the guy could win a woman over just by staring at them for more than 2 seconds. Because apparently he has the eyes of an angel. I don't know how you could just do that on cue, but I like it. Anyways, I'm just saying, Bellator could probably learn from that and stop smashing the Picos and protecting the McKees. And I think they're like, well, look at what happened to MVP. They're gonna lose. Okay, they're gonna lose. Let them. They are there to fight to be the best. I think at 14-0, you're ready to take a step up in competition.
Yeah,
okay?
Definitely.
Okay, it's not boxing where you can go 20-0 fighting nobodies. Okay, it's definitely not that. So, I would like to see that stop because Bellator could be a good product. They really could. Especially with how many fucking fights they put on. Jesus.
Yeah, that's too ridiculous, man.
Speaking of ridiculous and booty... UFC Sao Paulo. They got introduced to Tracy Cortez. She got a unanimous decision over Vanessa Melo, however you say it. I have no idea, but it looks like Melo to me.
Yeah.
Unanimous decision there, and she's a flyweight, okay, but she took the fight at bantamweight because she said, "Fuck y'all if I'm not gonna fucking get another fight at the end of this year. The fuck, I'll just move up and wait and fight one of those big bitches."
And she did.
She did.
And she was very, very good at it too.
Yes.
Like,
and
man, imagine what she's gonna do when
she went up.
Someone.
Okay, look, she went up and she was fucking getting cracked, and she looked relatively unfazed, buddy. So I think that for her is definitely like she's got that in her back pocket. She's like, look, I'm a badass flyweight, but I'm also a pretty decent bantamweight. So if shit ever gets dicey over here at flyweight, I'll just eat a couple burgers and be on my way to bantamweight. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
A couple milkshakes.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got to move on.
Yeah, we got to move on because yeah.
Ariane Lipski, like this is any better for us, she defeated Padua. Move on. Okay, Douglas De Silva Andrade defeated your boy Renan Barão. I don't know if he's your boy. He's not his boy, and he's not my boy. He used to be a fucking monster! Now, he got beat by Mini Vitor. Yeah, so... what is it? How they say, how the mighty have fallen?
Yep.
Is that how they say it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is indeed what has happened. So, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if Killishaw, EPO'd and like smashed the fight out of Barão, which if like that is indeed what happened, bummer. I think they've ran all the tests, and I think it was. I don't know. I don't really remember anything ever. But I think I sort of remember them saying, like, no, he wasn't on EPO during those fights. Like when he smashed Barão. So, I don't know, though. Because after you get, like, killed by T-Day. T-Day Dota. After you get killed by T-Day Dota, you kind of like this forever now. Okay? Yeah, so... little word of advice, don't ever fight TJ Dillashaw. You might have a career after that. Or you have to beat him. You have to beat him.
Oh, imagine if like...
Well, actually, no, that's not true either.
Dude, that'd be like the most craziest like real life Mortal Kombat shit ever. Like you have to fight all the best fighters, but they're all fucking juiced to hell. And you have to fight them like arcade style, like Mike Tyson Punch Out or Mortal Kombat.
Well, see, and that's what I'd love to... that's what I'd love to find out. Okay, I just wish that, I don't know, I wish that if fighters wouldn't get in trouble for saying they were on it if they quit right after, right? Mm-hmm. Because then they could be like, yo, I was totally on, but I'm not anymore, and just find out how many of them were on. Because I guarantee you it's probably half the roster. It's probably half the roster that's, because it's got to be difficult to be, well, everybody else is doing it, so why the fuck not? I mean, I got morals, so I know why the fuck not. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, look what it did to his career. It pretty much like fucked him. Like what, out of like a year, or like is he banned? 2 years. So it's like that's 2 years of not getting paid, not fighting. You're having to either coach to get paid.
Or here's the kicker though. On his social media accounts, he's treating his 2-year layoff. As if he's just injured. So
what?
Those, what they call casuals, guys that are a little bit more whiter.
More whiter than me.
Yeah, wow. It's definitely a color thing,
I guess
right?
you can get whiter than I don't know.
Well, we'll just leave these sleeves down. I meant to say, like, their belts are whiter than yours. Mm-hmm. That's what I was trying to say, but it came out. Yeah. It came out racial. Okay, it came out very, very racial.
Racist.
No, I hate everybody the same. Fuck them all. You know? No, that's not true. I love everybody.
I hate everybody equally.
I was gonna say, except for the damn Chinese, but I don't hate the Chinese either. I don't. You know, I don't even think that I've met a Chinese person I didn't like.
They're so friendly.
Right? Anyways.
Movies and TV shows, giving them a bad.
One of these days, we're going to get tripped up into a conversation and it's going to shine an unflattering light that we might be forced to care. But we don't. We don't. We have all the lights. So I work for a lighting company. So I brighten everyone's day.
Aww.
One fixture at a time. Right? Okay, Randy Brown defeated Warley Alves via triangle choke. I don't know what's going on with Warley, but he needs to figure it out. He definitely needs to figure it out. Because he did not look himself after the first round. And I'm not sure what exactly happened. But yeah. Randy Brown, however, confidence not shaken after getting smashed by Nico Price from the bottom. Remember that? He was on top and Nico's just like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
He's out! Yeah, so Randy Brown getting it done. Good for him. Francisco Trinaldo took a unanimous decision from Bobby Green with a 30-27 mixed in there. I said, what? What the fuck? Come on, Sal. Get off your ass and watch a fight. And then two fighters that said, hey, I don't need ya. Ricardo Ramos. He got the here naked choke over Eduardo Gagaroni. Or Garagori.
What the fuck? Garagoni.
Garagoni. It's not even Italian.
Dude, no.
He's Uruguayan, okay? Garagoni.
Mixing like all kinds of nationalities.
I swear we're not racist.
Oh, man.
Anyways, we did have some fun with, because everybody says Uruguay, okay? Now somebody please fucking inform me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's pronounced Uruguay. So.
Yeah, well, I'm super white and I can't pronounce like half of, like a lot of.
So if you say
Uruguay, for me.
Okay.
I at least try to pronounce it right, but I'm probably never ever.
But is it Uruguay? Why?
Let us know. Well, let him know.
Right? Because this motherfucker's gone. He's gonorrhea.
Whoa, buddy. You know what? I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna head out. Let me finish your beer. Alright. James Krause had a little bit of a layoff there, and he was doing a family thing, doing the head coach thing over there. Mm-hmm. He's got Grant Dawson that he trains. He's got a whole tutelage. Mm-hmm. And he took a fight, and he fought Sergio Moraes. And it was a very strange fight, because Krause definitely had the stand-up advantage. I was really looking for him to throw that left high kick. Mm-hmm. As soon as he switched to southpaw, southpaw, all he had to do was throw the left high kick. It would have landed, and it would have knocked him out.
I think if I would have heard you say, give him the left high kick one more time, I probably would have gave you the left high kick.
I know.
I got annoying with that shit. You were yelling at the TV so much, throw the high kick!
And the crazy thing is, my daughter's right next to me, sound asleep. I'm yelling, and she's just...
You should have woke up and gave you the left high kick.
Right?
Like, fine.
Oh, man, that'd be funny. Might hurt, though.
I would have laughed my ass off.
Well, I would have laughed my ass off, too. But he got the third round KO over Sergio Moraes in a fight that he pretty much dominated.
Yeah.
Wellington Turman. I swear I'm not making that shit up. His name is Wellington Turman. He's a Brazilian fighter. He defeated Marcus the Joker. I'm sure that's not his nickname, but Perez via unanimous decision 30-27s across the board.
Very grapple heavy match.
They had all the grapples.
All the grapples, all the grappling, all over the cage, octagon, ring, whatever.
Yeah, there was lots of clinch work, lots of takedown attempts, lots of spinning shit. It was
knees and butts and thighs.
Yeah. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. No?
Close, yeah.
Right?
I don't know why I just did that.
I don't know. Andre Muniz defeated Antonio Arroyo via, what would you say? I was going to say farce strike of a grounded opponent. That's how he won?
Pretty much.
No, that's not how he won. But if you watched these fights at all, you'd have seen that illegal strike was not so illegal as it was legal.
That was fucking legal. Not illegal. Legal.
And was there a point taken?
It sucks, but yes, there was a point taken.
They did take a point?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, no.
I thought they just took away the position.
Yeah, that's right. They just took away the position. I was thinking of something else.
That's fucking illegal.
That is always
You're
illegal.
illegal. You're illegal.
Wait, what? Bye.
Yeah. Charles Oliveira spicing the card up.
Spicing the card up, yeah.
He's spicing the card up in he. He knocked out the boy Flash in a flash. It was a first round KO over Jared Gordon, less than a minute 30 into the first round. Definitely not how I saw the fight playing out, though I did see lots of love for Flash on the MMA Twitter, and I also saw somebody put out there that could the dude make, what was that? Could the dude make 45? Okay? Because if the dude can make 45, he's a very undersized lightweight.
Yeah, he looked very, small.
And he's got, my size arms.
Yeah.
And he's, 3 inches taller than I am. And I believe I have an inch over him. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's an idea. He's not a terrible lightweight. But, I don't know. It seemed like a guy like Charles Oliveira gave him a lot of trouble, and it wasn't even on the ground. They didn't even get to the grapples.
No grappling in this match.
No, just
Fist, meat, Flash's face. Faced.
Wow.
Meat, Flash's face.
Oh, what kind of meat though?
I'm gonna introduce my fist to his face.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not meet and greet, not meat you eat.
Yeah. Hey! Paul Craig, the bad Jew. I don't know why I went straight Australian. I don't know where I was going.
You gonna talk about the dude and the thing and he's not even
just shut up and drink, okay? So Paul Craig went to war with Shogun for 1 round, and then proceeded for the next 2 rounds to try to get the fight to the ground so he could sub him. I thought he was, I'll wait till I get to the 3rd round and then I'll whip out the last minute submission, kind of my thing, it's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
Didn't come to fruition, so the fight's ruled a split draw, okay? So you had a 29-28 for Shogun, a 29-28 for Bear Jew. I'm just going straight names, fuck it. So you have 1 apiece for Shogun, 1 apiece for Bear Jew, and then, because Sal Diamato's in the arena, somebody says, you know what sounds cool? Fuck it, a 28-28.
I think he was playing D&D and was like, let's see what we get. All right, we got 2 great fighters. We're going to have them draw.
Careful, though. Careful. Shogun is past his prime. Okay, he's a good fighter, but he's not a great fighter. And Paul Craig, as fun as he is, he's also not a great... Who the fuck are you looking at?
No, the screen.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've never seen it do that.
Interesting.
Oh, there we go.
It's playing catch up.
Oh, okay.
Right? But I was like, I thought you were looking over there, and I was just like...
No, it's just it's the random ass ghost that you have in your house. It
Tracy?
scares the shit out of me.
Anyway.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so that fight was a draw. It was a fun fight, though.
It was very
the first round, literally, Paul Craig, I thought he was going to murder Shogun. I thought I was going to be carrying a casket tomorrow. I don't know why I would. Because they're going to be like, hey, Steve, I know you have absolutely no ties to Shogun whatsoever. Can you hold a corner for us? Like, we need you.
I'd make you go.
Well, I'd go to Brazil. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'll go to Brazil.
You got mad respect for them?
Yeah, I just, I'll hit them all with the here naked choke. Okay? I have respect. Shogun says he thought he won the fight. Bearju says I was trying to end his career. Therefore, we get the draw. So I thought Shogun won the last 2 rounds. So I had him winning rounds 2 and 3. Definitely, round 1 was a Bearju round.
Definitely.
And you could have been looking at potentially a 10-8 in the first round for Bearju, and possibly a 10-8 in the second round for Shogun.
Yeah.
So,
he really came out in that second round and really dominated in that ground game.
So definitely they were putting on their grapples. They had the shoes for the grapples, so they put them on.
Ready for the grappling.
They had their grapples shorts and their grapples underwears. And moving on to the main event. Let's go ahead and.
They just be a dick.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's
because I'm tired. I'm tired, and it's early. It's
Yeah.
like probably the earliest we've ever done a show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. That main event was a little bit lackluster.
Dude, I was not even really paying attention to it that much, because I would be watching, and they were either standing and circling, like they were gonna steal like the.
But his foot was a balloon.
Wagon. Huh?
But his foot was a balloon.
I am a balloon. But you'd look, and then I'd look away, and then I'd look back, and they're still like circling. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? What am I watching? So I was on my phone, I was on Facebook, whatever. Ding, round ends. All right, next round. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, they're gonna get it to the ground, and then they're just gonna sit there and kind of like do nothing. At least to me.
I don't think the fight made the ground.
Then maybe I was thinking of a different fight. Maybe I was really not that into it that I really don't know what really happened. Okay,
well, I'll tell you what happened. So they'd circle. Jacare would get Jan Blachowicz up against the cage. He'd try to get the takedown unsuccessfully. They'd get off the cage. Blachowicz would, probably get the underhook and, scoot his way out of dodge.
Mm-hmm.
And that was basically like every round until it seemed like round 3 was probably the closest round, because rounds 1 and 2 were definitely Jacare, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot was done in both rounds 1 and 2, but they were, Jacare did what he wanted to, except for take him down, because I know that's what he really wanted to do. So everything with that, but he did it, okay? And then round 3 was the closest, and then in rounds 4 and 5, it really seemed like Blachowicz picked it up, okay? Now, in my mind, okay, in my eyes, I had it 3-2 for, I almost said Shogun. That's not a joke, I almost said Shogun. For Jacare.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? What's crazy though? They both, they didn't both lose. But that fight actually could happen. You could do a Shogun Jacare if you really wanted to, because they're now in the same weight class.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was telling him is it would have been really cool to see Damian Maia versus Jacare. Damian Maia used to fight at 85.
Mm-hmm.
But so did Jacare, because the motherfucker moved up to 205. Killing like the fucking, Jacare would just stand up with him and smash him, is what would happen. Because Jacare, surprisingly, the hands have gotten so good.
Mm-hmm.
Hands have gotten so. But his foot was a balloon, and he won. Jan Blachowicz takes the split decision over Jacare, who, get this, 10 days ago he had a cough. That's why he lost, man.
Oh no.
Now I'm not sure if I'm remembering that exactly the way that he said it, but when they did the post-fight interview right there in the cage, there was a couple excuses there, and we all know how I feel about excuses.
Win, lose, or draw, no fucking excuses. You fight the way that you fight.
No. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
I like that better.
Yeah. Also, just be like Jim Miller and lose a fight and then don't make an excuse and then find out later that you have Lyme disease. And then just continue to fight.
Cause you ain't no pussy.
There's the 808.
Wait.
We almost made it. We almost made it through.
Let's see.
Yep.
There we go.
There you go.
Even if we didn't, I would have made it happen
Right.
regardless.
Yeah, you would have. Look at my eye itches. Wow. So, Crazy J, the MMA white belt, with this being your last episode with HeadKick Audio, which is really us, now it's going to be me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and give you as long as you want to think. No, but
I would like to thank my foot for being a balloon.
It's fucking illegal. Yeah, just give us your final thoughts as the co-host of the show, because I know you're probably still going to be a frequent guest.
A freaking guest. Yes.
You're going to be a freaking guest.
Dude, I know you.
Just yeah, give us your thoughts, man.
Well, I can honestly say that, you know, I would not have talked to half of the people that that we have spoken to. You know, we've talked to Hall of Famers, we've talked to up and comers, we've talked to active, non-active fighters. You know, got to talk to them about, you know, what they do inside the cage, outside the cage. You know, some of them went in depth, you know, when they didn't have to, and you got to find out a little bit more about the person. And I mean, that's what I'm going to take away the most. I mean, yeah, I mean, it was fun that we got to, you know, go to LFA when they came to Phoenix. That was fucking amazing. We got to do the losing my train of thought. Oh, the PFL in Las Vegas. That was really fun. And let's see what else. Oh, and with the local promotion Rough. That was really, really fun. Actually, with Rough being able, I mean, yeah, we got to do a little bit of behind the scenes with, you know, the bigger promotions like LFA and PFL. But with Rough, we really, really got to go backstage. Like, you know, check out the, it's going to sound super wrong, but we got to check out the locker room, like where everybody like hangs out. They get checked by the doctor. They get wrapped up. We got a chance to talk to a couple of people, like pre-fight interviews. That was really fun. We got to do the one Rough event up in Phoenix at the Arizona State Fair, and saw like 6 or 7 fucking title fights.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit! Like it's been a really, really fun ride. Like I said, like before, you know, doing all of this, like having to kind of like end it in a way. Like, I don't think this will be the end. It's just until I can get, you know, situated, because it really is hard for me to balance, you know, living in like what is it like?
You're 6 towns away.
Yeah, like 6 towns/cities that we both have to drive through when he comes down to the Sierra Vista or I come up here to Tucson. So I'm going to try to work on being able to move up here. Excuse me. So that way, you know, all this shit that we've been talking about doing. Excuse me. Holy crap! Fucking beer burps. Like I said, all the stuff that we've been talking about doing, we can actually do, unless he just goes ahead and does it himself. But, you know, in case that doesn't happen, you know, I'm able to come up here and, you know, we're able to do what we wanted to. Dude, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be way more fun. It's going to be way more, I mean, it's already a great show, in my opinion. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but even though I am the MMA white belt, I feel like I have progressed and I have gotten
Absolutely.
a lot better. Like, I did move on from the grappling. Now they're clinches and tie clinches and left hooks, right hooks, shit like that. I'm learning the terminology.
Yeah, they're not just punches.
Yeah. The guy punched the other guy in the face because he was like, fuck you. Like, I got away from that, and now I can actually kind of sort of articulate, like, what happens in a fight. So I think without doing this, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I want to say, like, thanks for the opportunity and thanks for, like, having me. Because literally I would not be able to do, like, half the shit that I've done.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a lot of fun having you. And back in 2016 when, I launched solo, it was bad. It was very bad, so I'm hoping it doesn't go back to that, because that would be horrible. But I think with a newfound comfortability with being able to do this, I've covered for you when you had a special time with the wife. So,
brown chicken, brown cow.
Anyways, I think we'll be okay, and we'll just have to, have more guests on the show. Maybe do some in-studio guests. There's a lot of fighters. There's a lot of fighters in Arizona that could come do the show with me. Excuse me. So, yeah. I want to say thank you for, helping build this thing to what it's been. Your slideshows, they progressed as much as, just like you go from grapples to, clinches and strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Your slideshows went from basic to not basic.
Yeah, from basic bitch to not so basic bitch.
Right? So, I mean, like with everything you do, you always get better. So, I mean, like I said, it's your last show, but it's not the end.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, there are a couple of things that, I want to do on the side. Because, I mean, like, the main goal for me is to basically just work, save up my money, so I can move up here. So since I am kind of taking a little bit of a step back, if you will, I'm going to try to do some, like, video game streaming. Because that's something that I did, like, back in the day. Like, I didn't stream, but, like, I was super into video games. And so, like, if I
super suck at video games.
I still super suck at video games, but I have a lot of fun sucking at the video games.
Whoa!
Hey, I was finishing that thought, bro. I was finishing that thought. But
that's what we're calling it.
But I mean, if anybody that enjoys the MMA thing, if you also like to get down on some video game playing and stuff, you can hit me up. My gamer tag is chaoticjgd. Dude, I'd love to fucking play some games, and that way, get to interact with you guys, and then at the same token, help beef up the show, even though I'm not a part of the show, technically. But I really do want to come back and do this. I think I just have to just take a step back. And I mean, I'm not going to be streaming like all the time like a lot of these other people do that stream for like 12 hours, like 5 days a week. I ain't got time for that. I shouldn't say a real job, but but on top of work, I've got school. I'm trying to get into cybersecurity and all that stuff. So, I think that's just and then the band thing. So just getting all of that stuff kind of like situated so I can move up here so we can be more situated, because I'm saying situated a lot because I like the word.
You have no idea how many times you said If you guys want to play a drinking game, rewind for about like 5 minutes.
You will fucking die.
Alcohol poisoning. It's on the menu. Okay, go back 5 minutes and you got to take a drink or a shot every time this guy says
Well, and I think that's also why I want to try to do this streaming. Not to like make money off of it or anything, but to help me get more comfortable with speaking. So that way I kind of get away from the ums or the knows. That's 1 or 10, maybe right. 15. But I mean, that's just kind of like what's going to be going on. And I mean, You know.
Yes, I do know. I do know. But until next time,
Sorry.
you ain't got her.
Shoot, man. Now, what'd y'all think of the fight?
Dude, man, that was such a fucking badass fight, dude. Holy shit.
Shoot.
Yeah, I kind of sort of missed it last night, so I watched it on the way up here today. Dude,
Oh, man.
that was fucking amazing, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Let me just slow this just a bit. There we go. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun, man. He's a tough guy, man. I have much respect to the guy. Much respect to the guy. And real cool guy too, man. Real cool guy.
Yes, he was, man. I actually really enjoyed the build-up. I enjoyed the fact that LFA entrusted you guys both in the main event, bantamweights, which that's not very common. It's not very common for a promotion to do something this big and trust the little guys to do it. And you guys fucking put on a show, man. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was super excited, especially whenever I first got the call to notice that we're gonna do the main event and we're gonna be on UFC Fight Pass and everything, the cherry on top, you know. And then I looked who I was fighting. I was like, man, this is gonna be a great fight. No matter what happens, it's gonna be a great fight. He's a sneaky guy. He has powerful leg kicks. You know, 2 stand-up fighters. You know that just throw down. He didn't back down for me. He stepped up, and that's what I love. I love people that step up. Like back in one of my LFA fights when I fought Trent Moe, that dude didn't take a step back. He kept coming the whole fight, and that's the type of fight I love. I love when people we just keep on clashing, and that's exactly what me and Estrada did. And it was a fun fight. It made a fun fight.
Yeah, Trent Moe, Kyle Estrada, guys like that. And even if the kid who missed weight, I forget what his name was, had you fought him too, the guys that come forward, that tends to like work well for you. when they come to you.
Oh yeah, for me, I love it. It's funny because I like coming forward, and if I get to step forward on them and they're used to coming forward, it sets them in a panic, and I love it just because I like to see their reaction on their face. I like seeing their reaction. When I make them take a step back, they're like, "Oh, I'm usually the guy that's taking the step forward." Because I don't care being on my back foot. I don't care going side to side. I'd rather be going forward, but I can fight on my back foot, going lateral, whichever way. It doesn't. I'm perfectly comfortable in all those situations. But I know when I see a guy take a step back and I see the face that they have, oh man, it's great for me because I saw something in Trent Moe whenever I was making him take a step back. I saw his look. It's like he's not afraid. He's making me take a step back, and then at the same time, whenever I did with Kyle Estrada, my whole thing is I wanted to control the center. So whenever I controlled the center and I was moving him back against the cage, I knew it was just easy pickings for me when I had him on the cage. His corner was just yelling to get off the cage, and I just knew that was a spot that they didn't want to be at. So I kept trying to put him in that spot. Anytime I heard his corner say, "Get off the cage," I just try to cut that corner, just try to keep him on there.
Putting that baby in the cage.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was the key adjustments that you made after that first round. I think that's what secured you the win, man.
Yeah, I went back to my corner, and I was a little frustrated, a little irritated with myself. I'm a little bit more accurate than what I am, and I'm a little bit more smarter than what I do. Went back into the corner a little frustrated. My coach put the ices on me, and he's like, "Hey, you need to close the distance. He's open up the middle. You need to keep that pressure going forward. He's ducking his head into a lot of stuff. He's gonna see that straight right. So you start throwing that hook or the uppercut. You can also go to the body, which I should have done a lot more. And he told me just to keep closing that distance. He just smothered that kick. He won't be able to throw those kicks from off of his back foot. I noticed he noticed that only time he was throwing it was when he was coming forward. And as soon as I listened, I just kept covering the distance. And in that first round, I literally just rewatched the fight just now. And that first round is where he landed almost all the kicks. And I was at his distance. And so I had to mix it up and just start closing it off and start cutting off the cage. I kind of had to make him fight in the phone booth. I was trying to use the panels of the cage as references. Like, okay, I'm gonna cut him off over here, and then cut him off over here, and then cut him off over here. So it was really good, man. Luckily, I had a coach that we worked that very often, very often, cutting off the cage and everything. Our footwork is very important to us. You know, our footwork is very important to us in cage awareness, you know, because I don't want my back against the fence. Because a lot of people, you know, I've lost a couple of my fights just being my back against the fence, and it sucks. Even though you don't feel like you lost, you know, all you're doing is just hanging on your back's on the fence, and you're just kind of getting rode out a little bit. Nothing's really happening, but the judges look at that. So I hate that. So me and my coach we're just working on that this whole past couple years, and it really showed. You know, I controlled the center, making his back be against the fence the whole entire time, and it was fun. It was great.
Okay, now any word from LFA what the next move is for you?
Man, I've heard rumblings of it being a title fight next. I've heard it on the broadcast saying it's a title eliminator. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that my performance was good enough. I felt like I put on a great performance. I think I showed a little bit more of my stand-up, which I was a little bit upset with myself because I didn't get to show everything I wanted to do. The guy's just a wizard in Muay Thai. But, man, I really think it's going to be a title shot coming soon. I really hope it is. If not, man, shoot, I wouldn't mind a UFC call either.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so I gotta ask, how's the leg?
Man, my leg was worse off last night. Right after I was in the back, and then like we were talking, me and my coach were talking. We put ice on it, and then my coach left, and I had all of my teammates still around me, and then I had my leg elevated, and out of nowhere, I just felt as soon as my coach left, the pain just intensified, and I'm just like, oh man, it just went out at a shockwave, and then one of my buddies, Eduardo, was like, man, I snuck something in. I'm like, what'd you sneak in? He's like, I got you some Tito's. He's like, you need some pain relievers. So I was like, you're right, but I don't want to drink it right now. But yeah, it was bad. Right now, it's still swollen. It's still 2 times the size of my other leg right now. It looks deformed. Yeah, towards the end of the fight, in that very first round, the kicks, I felt them. Like you're gonna feel anything that comes in and hits you. The adrenaline is going and everything. You're not really feeling everything at first. The second round, that's when I started feeling them. Then there was one in that third round that I felt it, and I was like, whoa! It just hit me like a ton of bricks. It just felt, and my leg just started feeling heavy, and I just recalled that highlight that was in his highlight video, that guy just falling down from that leg kick, and I was like, I'm not being that guy. I'm not gonna be that guy. But yeah, it's still swollen, man. I look at it, I was pulling up. People are taking pictures of my leg. It looks like a toothpick next to a drumstick.
That's just funny. That's just funny, man.
Yeah.
Now, I was telling one of my buddies that we were watching a fight together. He's from Texas. He covers a lot of Texas MMA, and he was trying to get a pick out of me for this fight because I interviewed both of you guys, right? And I like both of you guys. I think both of you guys are genuinely cool people. You could tell, you know, in the fight, before the fight, and after the fight, you guys had a lot of respect for each other. Okay, now. It got to a point where I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna be media's got to have a pick, right?
Yeah.
So I tried to find a way on how to do it, and I decided I'm gonna flip a coin. Okay, I might actually post a video. Okay, and I said heads is Yanez, tails is Estrada. I flipped it, boom, it was tails, but I couldn't post the fucking video. I still couldn't do it because I wasn't confident. That I could just be like, well, the coin said it's Estrada, so I'm gonna go with Estrada. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just one of those things where I just, no matter which way you go, nah, fuck it. I'm better off not. You know, I'm just gonna enjoy it, and I did. I enjoyed it. It was a great fight. Perfect for Access TV. Sorry, LFA. Sorry, but yeah, this was perfect for the LFA to have a fight like this on the inaugural Fight Pass card.
Hey man, you don't have to. You know you wanted Estrada to win. It's all right. It's all good. No, I'm just messing with you guys.
Actually, I was hoping for a double knockout or a draw.
Ah man, yeah, you still don't win. I still don't.
If those two choices, you just pick.
Nah, hey man, the guy was so friendly. I was kind of hoping for him to win too, man. So, real much respect to the guy, man. If you were really looking, breaking down the statistics, and I saw the fight odds, saying that I was a minus 500 and he was a plus 330, and I saw that and I was thinking that to me doesn't seem right. I know. For me, I'm looking at that as like, man, this is a pick'em. This is a pick'em. Just looking based off statistics. Just the fighter in me is always looking at it and just going, nah, I can beat that guy. I can beat that guy. I can beat that guy. But if we're looking at the statistics and the numbers and who's landed more, who's more efficient in what, and what usually beats what, I'm the boxer. He's the Muay Thai guy. He has footwork. I have footwork. So he's gonna chop my legs down, and then I'm gonna just try to swing for the fences. And usually it's supposed to go one way, but this time it didn't. It didn't go that way. I adjusted. I moved around. So yeah, I can understand why people would choose him, and I can understand why people would choose me. And at the end of the day, it's still a fight. I take nothing personal. It's all right, man. You could have chosen Estrada, but it was fun. It was really, really fun. I absolutely loved the fight, but yeah, there was just one kick that really made me mad, man. There was just one kick that made me mad, and it was that front kick to the face that he landed on me. I was just, as soon as he landed on me, it's like you got hit. And you're just like, did he just really just hit me with that? Stuck in a rush hour, just going like, which one of y'all hit me?
Oh, that's too funny, man. That's too funny. I've been referencing that movie a lot lately, so I think I might have to put that in the rotation there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, look, it was a super close fight. Every time I broke it down, somebody else won. Okay, it was to the point where I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Pat Miletich wins via dumbass decision. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. So again, I just decided to kick back and enjoy it. And I'm really glad I did, because it took a lot of pressure off of me, because I didn't have to worry about it. I just got to sit back and enjoy a very technical fight. And again, I think really the fans win.
Yeah, that's the same with me. Whenever Masvidal and Diaz fought, man, I love both of them. They're both great fighters. I've been watching the Diaz's since way back, and I've been watching Masvidal since way back. I never wanted them to fight because I didn't want them to lose to each other.
Exactly.
I didn't want one to win. I didn't want one to win and one to lose. I just never wanted them to fight because I didn't. They're both one of my favorite fighters, and I didn't want them to lose. So I understand completely. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a hard time. It's just fun.
Hey, well, be careful, because you're only on one leg. So if I find you, I just got to get the other one, and we're good.
Yeah, it's fine. Man, I got crutches. Don't worry.
He's gonna win via a crutch knockout. That's how I'm gonna lose. So we'll get a highlight of it. Don't worry. So now another question I want to ask you is: we're coming towards the end of the year, okay? And I keep saying Access TV. Fuck those guys. Okay, LFA. They just got their Fight Pass deal, and they got one more card this year, and then next year they're gonna have like 20 cards or some shit like that. Is what they were saying on the podcast. Okay, that's a lot of cards. So they're going to need guys like you to fill these slots, these main events, these co-main events, these title fights. If you could shoot your shot, what does 2020 look like for you?
Straight off the bat, I know for a fact I want to fight in February. That's immediate. That's immediate to me. I just know I got to heal up right quick because I was just talking to some people. You know, these types of I thought it was as soon as the swelling goes down, you can go back to kicking automatically. I never had one of these. He was talking to me and telling me, "Now as soon as you think you're okay, you kick that bag and you're just gonna want to sit back down, sit your happy ass back down, and just want to relax for a little bit." So I'm gonna have to take a chill pill for a little bit. I want to be back in February. That's my plan. I don't care for who. If it's a LFA or a UFC fight, I believe this fight with Kyle Estrada should have been like a UFC level type of fight. It should have been like a prelim main event. If you're asking me for like this for the skills that we possess, it should have been at that level. Not the prelims before the prelims. It should have been like the prelim right before the pay-per-view starts. That's the type of skills we possess, and we're both great fighters. We both showed it at the end of the day. So if it's in the UFC, it's in the UFC. If it's LFA, I want a main event. I want a title shot. That to me is a cherry on top. As of right now, I know there was a lot of 35ers on this past card that are eyeing me right now because I had the top billing ahead of them. So they're gonna be calling me out. So I have plenty of fighters that would want to fight me. And then there's a lot of other fighters out there. They're coming around. There's another card coming up next week or the week after for LFA that might have a couple of 35ers on there. Wherever it comes, because I know they're signing people every day, and now that they got the UFC Fight Pass, they're gonna get a whole bunch of you're gonna get a whole bunch of new crop of 35ers to come in. So I have an abundance of 35ers to fight. So I'm really not worried about who's gonna come to fight. It's more a fact of when and who. February is the day is the month I really want to fight. February is like keyed in my calendar for sure.
Okay. Well, February, my birthday's around there, so happy birthday to me. It's gonna fight.
So I'm just saying.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to the co-host, and as we were speaking on before, this is his last interview, and we got Yanez doing the first LFA UFC Fight Pass card, and he's doing the last white belt interview over here. So, at the MMA white belt, what you got for Mr. Adrian Yanez, the uncrowned king? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess one of my questions is you mentioned February a lot. Now I know that that's like the timetable you're giving yourself to kind of heal and whatnot. But is there like a specific reason that you chose February as I guess to come back and start fighting?
I told you.
Besides this guy's birthday.
We're already in the process of rolling with the gym. A lot of fighters, a lot of my teammates and everybody, my coach has already lined up some fights for some guys in February. So I don't want to be that oddball again and just be having to fight in March and everybody just finished their camps in February and then some people got hurt in their fight, so they're taking time to recover. I don't have too many people to train with. So it's kind of like I try to systematically just try to play around when everybody else is fighting, even if it's a week after. Like this, whenever for this Estrada fight, everybody fought a week before last week. All my training partners fought in another promotion here in Houston. And so it was just an easy transition. By the time it was finishing up my training camp, they were weight cutting, and I had a few training partners to train with, but I was already in shape already. In the last week, there's nothing really much to add. So it was just an easy process of me just keep on going with the motions. And everybody's lined up to fight in February, so I don't want to be out of whack and fight in March. So for me, it's just easy process. It's just an easy turnover rate for me and the fighters. I don't want to make somebody come in soon after they got beat up in February. You know, their bodies all beat up and they're kind of injured, having to come and help me, and not something bad happen. You know, so I'm not only thinking about myself, I'm thinking about everybody else as well. I don't want to be inconvenienced to anybody, but you know, if a big opportunity comes in March, I can take a March. March right now is a little bit closed off as well. I can fight in the first 2 weeks, but not the last 2 weeks. I got a buddy, he's getting married. One of my brothers. We're really good friends that I can call him a brother. Like I've been knowing him since before teenage. Like I think I was like 10 or 11 when I met this guy. So I can call. He's not a friend to me anymore. He's a brother pretty much. You know, my brother calls him his brother. You know, so we got a little time going on right there. So yeah. He's getting married, so February. Everybody's already fighting in February, so like that month just seems a perfect month to me. Just seems like a perfect month. You know, I'm one of his groomsmen as well, so I'm already busy in March. So I don't want to be showing up with the black guy going into their picture. I'm not trying to put makeup on or anything.
Now, again, congratulations on the win. Now, as you can tell, I'm a big old country boy. Where was the spot at for your victory meal?
Oh man, you Texas man, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Whataburger was a spot, man. We went straight to Whataburger right after the fight, and then on the way home, yeah, we went straight after the fight. It took me a bit to get going, man. I was walking with the gimp all the way. And on the way out, I was trying to look for Kyle. I wanted to say bye to him right before he left, but he had already left the venue. And I'm just hopping to the car to get to Whataburger. And this morning, we went to Crackle Barrel. Man, they make some really good pancakes. And then on the way home, we stopped at Buc-ee's. I got like 4 kolaches. 4 kolaches, man. I was eating good. And shoot, probably a little bit later on today, I'm probably gonna be eating even better.
Nice. Definitely gotta get some of that Texas barbecue, man. I love my Texas barbecue.
Oh man, I'm like I almost got an argument with my girlfriend because she told me the night before, like whenever I was on the day before I was gonna weigh in on Wednesday, she told me that she got some. There's a place right down the road called Brisket House, and they serve really good barbecue. And she told me that, and I weigh in the next day. I almost got an argument. I had to put the phone down and be like, all right, relax. You know, it's just food. You get to weigh in tomorrow. You're going to get to eat. You're going to get to rehydrate. This is your dehydration talking to you. You're okay. You're fine. But I still had to give it like 30 minutes before I even picked up the phone. Yeah. Man, I used to be 200 pounds. I used to be 200 pounds. I used to love eating and all that, man. So I was a chunky boy. All that Mexican food, you know, coming from a Mexican family. I got fat and then just shrunk. Now you see me at a shrunken state right now.
What else you got for Yanez, man?
Well, I know I've already asked this question before, but I mean, given that you are giving yourself a little bit of time to kind of recover and heal up, what are you gonna do with your spare time while you recover?
As of right now, I'm really thinking about just recovering. The biggest thing will probably be getting a little bit of time to myself. I'll probably get to play a game, probably get to go take my dog to the dog park and everything, just do little simple things like that I'm not used to doing because, like, it's usually was just fight camp, train, rest Saturday, Sunday, train, rest Saturday, Sunday, go to go to a couple like my nieces and nephews' games. You know, I think their seasons are over, which is redundant to me right now. So, but just like give some time to chill with the family. That would be great to me. Go up to the gym and just kind of just go give, not teach, but like give people tips whenever they're sparring. You know, just to be at the gym, get the gym feeling, because I had to be in there some way. I had to keep my mind into fighting somehow. So it's just always one of those things with me.
Nice. All right, well, that's all I got for you, man. Thank you very much for your time again. Thank you for being my last interview.
Thank you.
It's been fun.
Oh man. Hopefully that fight last night was a perfect one to leave y'all on, man. I was really hoping to give a really good fight, and oh man, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's got some stuff going on that he's still gonna be the MMA white belt. He's just, you know, some stuff come up, and you know, he kind of wants to pursue other things. Yeah, we're still really good friends, and we got a lot of shit that we still do together on a regular basis. So this isn't the last time we see the MMA white belt, but for right now, he's gonna take a step back and, you know, kind of get to the shit that he wanted to do. But so I'm sorry, you're stuck with me. You're stuck with the wordsmith over here. So definitely glad that we got this in. He definitely deserved a really good interview, and we knew if we asked Yanez, he would definitely live up to the hype as far as his interviews are concerned. So.
Oh yeah, anytime, man. Anytime you have him as a special guest, man, call me.
There we go. Oh, hold on.
Oh, what if you got a call?
Oh yeah, don't worry. I got.
He's all, nah, I'm busy. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good send-off. I think both of us definitely appreciate this guy a lot. And, you know, like I said, I'm glad you were the one, man. LFA chose you. We chose you. So
You are the chosen one.
yeah, the Mayan. Woo! I like that shit too. Hey, how come I didn't hear that in the broadcast? I know they were having issues with the mics and whatnot, but I didn't hear them call the Mayan.
And yeah, I was going around. I was like, man, because a lot of people can call me a lot of different things in the past, and I was like, I don't even know, man. Just like I'm weight cutting. They were asking me what I want to be called, and I'm like, I'm Adrian Yanez. It's like, yeah.
Get the fuck out of my face.
I was at that point, man. It was like the commission was taking forever to get the weigh-ins going, and they asked me they were asking me all those questions before the weigh-ins. So I'm just like, and I'm there with my brother, just like, man, I just want to weigh in. It's Adrian Yanez. I just want to weigh in. Yeah, so that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to try to ask me before I'm weighing in, man. I just want to get it over with and then just answer the questions later.
See, what we'll do is we'll have a towel made up. I'll have it stitched up, right? And it'll say Adrian the Mayan Yanez. And that way when you're cutting weight, they'll be like, oh, that's you? All right, cool. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, did you see the banner? Did you see my banner?
Yeah,
they put the whole Aztec Mayan stuff right behind it, man. So hey, it's still an inspiration for that too. Hey,
hell yeah, that was awesome. I was like fucking yelling at my TV. No one was listening to me, but I was yelling at my TV. So nobody ever listens to me, so that's okay. But like I said, dude, I think this is a perfect send-off, a perfect gift for the white belt over here. Again, thanks you for the time. I hope the leg heals up quick, man, because I want to see you in February, man. That'd be a perfect gift for this guy. So maybe the LFA makes their way to Arizona, I don't know, and puts you at the top of the fucking card against, I don't know, like a Burchak or something. I don't know. I'm just talking shit, you know.
Him too.
Right? Maybe for a bantamweight title. I don't know. These fucking guys. I don't know. Just talking shit, you know. So, but yeah, dude. Thanks for the time. I said as soon as you heal up and they give you that title fight, you know, give us a ring. I'll pull this guy out of retirement and we'll get the damn thing done.
Definitely.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure.
All right, dude. Well, heal up and we'll talk soon, man.
All right, man. Laters.
Take it easy, man.